Well, I'm over here at the auto repair shop. Okay, this is the engine of my car. Okay, these are your valves. Okay, all right, that's where the valve cover gasket goes. This is the intake manifold. Okay, it was leaking oil from inside here. Okay, this is the lower intake manifold. It was leaking oil here. When they lifted this manifold out, okay, these here, okay, these are water ports, okay? Water circulates in here to keep the engine cool. So somebody who owned a car before me, they put something called silver seal, which is something that goes into the radiator to stop leaks. But when that stuff gets in the engine, it damages the water circulation parts inside. And thank God that he lifted this cover, because he had the intuition to say, let me seal everything up before you take it to Pennsylvania, because you want to make sure it didn't break down. Now, if it didn't, the way the water ports were clogged, this gasket would have blown and water got inside the engine, and then boom, the car goes to the junkyard, because once water gets inside the engine, that's it. The engine is done. So I got lucky. I got very lucky on this deal. Okay, down here is the timing chain. Okay, the other one was stretched like elastic, which tells me that the car has more miles than what it said it had. But this is a new timing gear. Okay, this what it does. This the crankshaft down here. That's the one that operates the pistons up and down. And what it does, when the piston shoots up here, the valve opens, spark plugs fire, ignite the fume, and that's how you get your combustion. So each valve has an intake and exhaust port to go out into the exhaust system. That's how these cars work, okay? So, and then the rest, that's all the connections for the vacuum. So here, this white wire right here that goes connected up to the manifold, okay? The exhaust manifold, that's one of the oxygen sensors, okay? There's 4 of them on this car. The oxygen sensor, what it does, it monitors the fuel mixture of the engine. The computer does all that. And this is how you get your gas mileage on your car. When the oxygen sensors go bad, okay, you'll get a check engine light. Okay, and when they put the scanner on the car, the computer tells the scanner oxygen sensors, well, bank 2 or bank 1. Okay, bank 1 was back here and bank 2 is in the front. Okay, so there's an oxygen sensor here also. See, there's one down there. If you look down here, okay, you can see it down there. Let me focus it a little bit. Okay, it's down there. You see the white wire? That's one of the exhaust manifolds, okay? So they've got 40s, okay? So that's what it does. It monitors the fuel mixture of the engine, and that's how you get good gas mileage, okay? Also, if you look over here, this is your thermostat. Okay, a lot of cars, the thermostat goes bad inside here, so you got to replace that. You should replace the thermostat at least every 2 years, You take the old one out and you put a new one in, because this is your positive water circulation there. When a car reaches a certain temperature, okay, the thermostat opens, okay, lets water in from the radiator, which is back here. See, there's a cooling fan for the radiator. So when your car is running, okay, the cooling fan, what it does, it cools the antifreeze that's in the air in the radiator as you're driving. And then when the water inside the engine reaches the temperature, the thermostat opens, lets the hot water out into this radiator, and the cool water from the radiator back into the engine. That's how engine temperature is maintained. That's why it's critical that you keep an eye on this at all times. When the thermostat goes bad, usually the hose it attaches to, when you squeeze it, it's really, really hard. And it shouldn't be, okay? That means that the thermostat is locked up. And you'll know when it's locked up because your temperature light will go on inside the engine. So, okay, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of heads up of what's being done to this car. Okay, these are the push rods, okay? These little rods here, these are the push rods, okay? This is what makes your valves go up and down. Okay, they were washed out and cleaned also to make sure that we have good oil circulation in the car. So when this is done, everything should be running nice and smooth, and then I'll be able to drive to PA to see Mommy's grave, and then we'll just move on forward. Well, you know, it's going to cost me to fix this car, but listen, it's my mother's grave, okay? So I don't care about the money that I'm spending to fix this car, as long as it gets me there safe, so I can clean her grave up and put nice flowers on it and say prayers to her, and then go and drive safely back home. But whatever I got to do, I got to do. All right, and then these here, these are the valve covers that go on top of the valves, okay? They clean them out. He painted them also, so when everything gets back together, okay, this is the intake manifold, the top section. This is the one on the top, okay? So this goes on top of everything, we go sealed. This is the old water pump right here, see? It's still good, but I told him, I said, put a new one in, because, you know, now that everything is apart, let's put another water pump in. This way everything is done correctly. But these are the old gaskets, as you see. They're old gaskets, and this is all the white stuff that you see on here was the stuff that they put in the engine. They call silver seal to stop a leak, which is the improper way to do it, because once you put that in your car, it ruins the radiator, the water pump, and everything else. And you can see it caked up in here too. So all that stuff gets into your radiator and clogs up the system there, so it's not worth it. So that's why you take your car to a shop, have the proper people work on it that know what the hell they're doing, and don't give it to some backyard mechanic that says he knows about cars, because these cars, go figure, this is a 2002 car. Today's cars, forget about it. You really got to know what the hell you're doing. Have a good day, peeps.